Hello from Doha, Qatar, to all my laser hobbyist friends and others who are interested in this happening to find the video on YouTube. I'm making this to post on a forum to show some of my friends what this, or how nice this small red, green, blue, white laser is. I purchased this from Techhood. I just received it in the mail a couple days ago. And this is a lot higher quality than I expected for the price. The price was $360, marked down from $400. Techhood has been having a sale lately. They've been marking a lot of things down. It comes with a 12.5 volt output DC power supply that runs off the mains, anywhere from 100 volts to 250 volts. It has the driver here for red, green, and blue. You could also use this as a projector with a galvo mirror. You have the red, green, blue TTL control lines here. This is marked on their website as also analog, so I imagine those also must be dual function for both 0 to 5 volts, linear control for the analog side, or just 5 volts for TTL. This is a rather heavy for the size, a rather heavy module. Let me tear my meter. I have it on ounces. Okay. You can see the weight, it's really heavy. There you go, upwards close to 19 ounces. And you'll see why when I pull the lid off. You have to get this last screw, if you buy one of these, it's under the sticker. There we go, it came off this time. I tried it before, it wouldn't come off. Because I'm holding my iPhone with one hand and doing everything else with the other. Okay, here are the optics. Really nice. There are 3 lenses for 3 of the diodes. The green diode here in this brass mount on the end does not have corrective optics that I can see. It just looks like a collimation lens. Over here on the top side of your screen, these 2 lenses here, the small expander lenses, those are for the 2 red 638 nanometer diodes, which you can see are the voltage is fed in series. Back here, there's just one line between them. Excuse me. 2 wires to the input, so they have to be joined on the circuit board for a series feed of the voltage. And the other 2, the blue and the green, have their own voltage inputs from the constant current power supply. The red diodes, after beam correction, this expansion lens, a convex, this is just one axis convex here to collimate that, and then another lens it has an opposite axis of curvature from this one. This one here, 90 degrees different. It's beam shaping, I'm sure. What else would it be? And you have that on both reds. Same thing on the blue, except instead of having the third lens here, it's another expansion lens here. So they're double expanding it because these are both the same lens, it looks like to me, and then one collimation lens to correct the shape of that beam for that one. The outputs of the 2 red diodes here have just silvered first surface mirrors. Just 2 of them. They're much smaller. It's kind of hard to see it on here, especially since I'm holding the camera. There, you should be able to see those 2 now. Right here. They're just first surface. These 2 here are dichroic mirrors for each of the colors so that the blue shoots through where the green reflects off here to keep the beams coaxial or one within the other. There's a little piece of moisture absorbing, probably silicone here. Tie wrapped in so it can't fall out. That's pretty nice. Quality on this is really great. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. First I'm gonna take it off the scale. Everything glued in there. It looks like, well, they would have to be adjustable. There you go. On the back side, you can see those screws there. They've been glued down, they've been tightened down, then glued. And it looks pretty good to me what they've done. Okay, let's take a look at it turned on. Here we go. Aim it first so I don't burn anything like I did earlier. There we go. There it is on my watt meter, my thermopile. You saw over 7 watts briefly. It's going to come down to about 5.5 when it settles in. That's really white. Look at that. By eye, I see a slight bluish tint, but it's very white. Okay, we're at 6 watts. I'm going to go ahead and let that settle in and take a look at this beam here while that's happening. I'm going to come down to this end. Here's a shot back towards it. I should turn off that kitchen light just a moment. Okay. Here's a shot back towards it. Here's from on top. Trying to get the focus right. It's really cool. You can see some of the red, green, and blue and the dust sparkles. See if I can get closer and still focus. Nope, can't do it. But the profile is pretty thin on the side. Very thin compared to the top. It looks like about a third as much as on top. And I can actually show you where I accidentally burned something and what the spots look like. Well, we're still close to 6 watts. All right, back on with the light. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off because if I don't, I will surely be burned when I try to walk through that beam. Okay, here's where I hit it on accident. This top right spot was very brief. It was just maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds at the most. This bottom one was a little longer. You can tell, I don't know how long. But because of this brief burn spot, you can see the profile of the beam. So it looks to me about 3 to 1. And I'm sure that's hugely improved from what it would have been without these corrective lenses in there. Try to get another beam shot and hold it still. I call it a beam shot. Okay, now I'm gonna move on over to my laptop. I'm gonna show you the listing that Techhood has and the price today in the middle of August 2020. For the money, that's a great deal. What this thing is. I'm trying to find the specs. Here we go. This is Techhood. I guess their real business name is this 5+ laser logo. They're in Hong Kong. I love Hong Kong. Rest of China, not so much lately. The people of Hong Kong, love those people. Okay. Now that I've said that, not all laser vendors in China are honest. If you don't know that, watch out who you buy from. Techhood's pretty good, but there's a lot of them that are not. They will lie to you about the capabilities, the wavelength, the output. Can't believe them. Techhood is the best of the bunch, I think. There's probably another one I just don't know, but of the ones I know, they're really good. Okay, I'm going to get off of that. You've had time to take a look and freeze that if you needed to. But they do say it's one MRAD divergence. It might be. It might be. It says near TEM 00. When I look at the beam through my goggles, which I would show you it on the video, but it just overpowers the camera. You can't see the beam shape. But when I put on my goggles, I can see the beam shape is like I showed you from the burn mark. It's a little bit of a rectangle, but looking at it through the laser glasses, it just looks like an oval that's a little taller than it should be if it were completely TEM 00. Why the shape of the burn mark is opposite of what I see visually, I don't know. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed my little show and tell and what's inside of this high quality, nice little RGB to white. Oh, I should mention, while I had it on, and I've had it on before several times, it just barely gets warm. If this were put in the projector, you'd want to put a heatsink on it, I'm sure. The bottom is not painted and has been machined to very, very close tolerances, and I'm sure that is for putting it in a projector where you'd be running it for hours. But for our use, shooting the beam 2-3 minutes or something like that, I don't think it gets hot enough to worry about. Okay, cheers from Doha, Qatar. This is Chris signing out.